This is the thing where I answer your questions, but I do it on camera and not with my keyboard. Okay, as promised, this is Jason Boyett, and today I'm going to be answering a few readers' questions here with a video instead of on the blog itself. Actually, this is on the blog, it's just, not typed into the blog. So anyway, first question is from a guy named Tone Heft, and I think that's how you say your name, Tone. It's his first name is T-O-N-E, which I guess could be pronounced Tony, but Tone is cooler, so I'm going to call you Tone. In fact, you were one of the first people who bought Pocket Guide to the Bible at a really cheap price, and I remember thinking, this guy's got a cool name. So, you're Tone. Call yourself what you want. But Tone asks, what made you want to begin writing in the first place? What drew you to the written craft? Well, the completely honest question, or honest answer to that question, is that I have always been pretty good at writing. From 7th or 8th grade, I was sort of naturally skilled at creative writing, at putting words together in interesting ways. It's one of those things that came naturally to me. Like running fast might come naturally to some other people. That was a stupid analogy. Anyway, I've always been good at it. I'm a firm believer that if you're good at something, if you're naturally good at something, you really should pursue it. And so I've tried to make a career out of it. That's what drew me to writing. My mom always told me that she thought I should try to do something in writing, write for a newspaper or whatever. I was more interested in high school and college in graphic design, but eventually have been able to make a career of both. And so that's why I'm pursuing a career as a writer. Good question. Second question, Brian Elaine says, what's stopping you from writing fiction, or are you currently writing fiction? Well, Brian, that is also a good question, and there's not a real good answer for it. I am stopping myself from writing fiction. I've always wanted to write a novel, or at least publish a novel. I have written a novel. I think I've talked about it on the blog before. It was about a shepherd, and it was a violent novel about a pacifist shepherd. Probably was a good idea in terms of the main plot, but when it got down to the details of the plot, it sort of fell apart. And that's really what's stopping me. I don't have any loss for coming up with good ideas for novels, like what if this happened, or what if these things occurred to these types of characters. I can come up with novel ideas. It's the fleshing out of the plot where I really get stuck. And so it's not the technical process of writing that holds me back. It's not the main idea of writing a novel that holds me back. It's the intricate plotting, because I think it needs to be well plotted. And I've got to be able to come up with an idea that sort of writes itself, sit down, come up with an interesting and detailed chain of events. And once that happens, I probably could write it. I haven't gotten there yet. So no, I'm not writing fiction, but I that is a long-term goal for me. Okay, Jana asks, did you go to Christian school, either K-12 or college? No, I've been in public schools all my life, from kindergarten on up through college. Do your children go to Christian school? No, they don't either. I've got a 6-year-old and a 9-year-old. One will be in 1st grade, the other will be in 4th grade, and they go to public schools here in Amarillo, which has a really good public school system. I don't have any hesitations about doing that. So no, they don't go to Christian school. And the third question Jana asks, does your wife read your blog? Yes, she does. She doesn't read it obsessively, but every week or a couple times a week she will take a look at it, catch up on what I've written or what I've done, just so she can stay informed, which is probably a good policy for a husband or wife. So yes, she reads it, but she's she's not probably as dedicated as some people, which I think is pretty good. I'm cool with that. So that's the 3 questions. Actually, that was 5 questions for today. There are a whole lot more, and so to keep this short, I'm going to cut it off for now, and we'll do the next ones in a day or two. Okay, thanks for asking the questions, Tone, Brian, and Jana. All right, see ya.
Do